So I thought we'd just have a quick look at maximum ray depth and the implications of that setting. The maximum ray depth setting can be found in the render options just there, and 6 is its default setting. I'm going to look at regular rendering first. I've got two cubes here. They've both got perfectly reflective materials on them, and I'll just knock the haze out so it doesn't interfere. Give it a quick render. Right, the camera's looking between these two mirrors, and you can see there are reflections. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you've run out of reflections. So if you modify this value then to 0, that'll mean that it returns black at the first reflective surface. Obviously it'll render a lot faster the lower this value is. This value can go quite high. I'll try it at 99 here. You can see that the reflections have gone on right, and the cube's quite small now, the black cube in the distance where it's reached the limit. And we can try 999. I'm not sure what the limit is with this, but I've never used such high values, because when you start getting a complex scene with a lot of reflections in, and the render times go up horrendously. So probably about 20 or 30 is most I've ever used, and more often than not I'm down at this sort of value, because as well as affecting the reflections, it also has an effect on the way that true ambience works. So we'll just have a quick look at that too. So I'll select both these cubes, modify the materials from reflective to diffuse now, so they're in the diffuse grey, and as things stand in a regular render, that's what the scene looks like. If we go to true ambience, that'll be premium effects, true ambience. I'll lower the rays per pixel, scattering correction, boost light, and we'll set it at 4. When the probes go out from the surfaces, the feeler probes that are trying to determine what the environment is lit like, I'm just positioning things so we can get then they will continue to go from surface to surface looking around until they reach the maximum ray depth. So I'm looking inside this corner here. If we lower the maximum ray depth, then at some point it's not going to send any probes out. That's going to be 0, and you can see now there is no investigation there. That's just as it would be in regular mode. The surface has not sent out any feelers. If we say for 1, oops, I didn't want that to come up. I don't know why that's come up by hitting that button twice. Then it's done a crude investigation, but it's not too bad. It looks a bit like ambient occlusion at that level. We'll go 2. Right, now you're getting some interaction between these two surfaces, so this going backwards and forwards, so it's obviously looking deeper into its environment, and so on. The thing that limits you more often than not is not the ambience effect, but there is something else to consider as well. So this is true of premium effects as well as regular rendering. So we'll just drop back into regular now, and that is the influence of the maximum ray depth on transparency. So we'll get these cubes behind one another like that and make them transparent, and we'll set it also, I don't know what the value is, something like that. So the diffuse down, up, so we can see through them. So we've got one cube behind the other now. That's noise is occurring because the cube's slightly touching the ground. There we go, that's cured that problem. So the maximum ray depth affects how far it will look through transparent objects. So we'll just stack some of these behind one another and see if I can get to a point where we run out of depth. It's difficult to tell because they're looking dark, aren't they? Why are they looking dark? Thought I'd sorted that out. Material, maybe I've just chosen a refraction that's too high. I'll set it down a bit. Okay, yeah, that's a bit better. Right there, you can see this so many surfaces have been passed through that it's gone to fully black. So to get over that, you can raise the ray depth, and we should be able to look through it a little bit further. Now, since we looked at true ambience, I suppose I should mention, if you get a situation where you get a fully black surface occurring in a true ambience render, you can get black fireflies, where all the light's continually falling into that. Because if the probes are going to the full limit and just finding fully black, then it will tend to bring the light level down for that entire pixel. So that's something to watch out for. It's not so much the maximum ray depth in this situation that causes the problem. It's a situation where you saw that surface touching this surface, it can interfere with the process of light gathering and cause severe problems if you've got two intersecting surfaces like that. So there you go, just a quick rundown of what happens and what influences that maximum ray depth has in your render. Okay.